It's expensive, too heavy, and almost entirely impractical. The Desert Eagle isn't a very good handgun, but nonetheless, it is remarkably popular. It features in hundreds of movies, television shows, and video games. So how did such an unwieldy weapon become so iconic? Why is the Deagle a trademark of many first-person shooters? And is bigger always better? The Desert Eagle was designed as a semi-automatic rival to large-frame, high-caliber revolvers. A gas-operated pistol able to feed from interchangeable magazines and with superior capacity to a typical 6-round cylinder. Design started in 1979 at American co. Magnum Research Incorporated, with the first finished pistols produced in 1982 by Israeli weapons manufacturer IMI. The latest iteration, the Mark 19, emerged in 1995, and like some kind of fashion accessory, even comes with a number of choices as far as finish is concerned. Amongst them, the most demure is plain black. Others include 3 chromed options of various lusters, nickel, either satin or bright, and gold, both 24 karat, and in a more durable titanium variant. And if either gold finish isn't suitably ostentatious, then there's always the tiger stripes. There are also more practical options, such as the choice of either a 6-inch or 10-inch barrel, and your caliber preference, either 357 Magnum, 44 Magnum, or 50 Action Express. The latter cartridge was designed specifically for high-caliber semi-automatic pistols, and indeed the Desert Eagle was the first handgun chambered for it. A performance jump from the already mighty 44 Magnum round, and right on the cusp of calibers deemed legal. The 50 cal chambering set the pistol above most other Magnum options, which in turn has led to it finding popularity in action films since the 1980s, supplanting Dirty Harry's 44 Magnum as the most powerful handgun in the world. For almost as long as video games have existed, they have been influenced by cinema. While the firearms in early games were often made generic through lack of resolution, as the number of polygons possible to push on screen grew, weapons were able to be rendered in even greater detail, giving rise to games with realistically rendered arsenals. However, due to concerns over the use of trademarks, the real steel Desert Eagle's name hasn't always matched its in-game appellation. Sometimes it's known by generic terms that allude to its higher caliber, the Magnum pistol, heavy handgun, or 50 AE, offering a clue as to the handgun's power. Sometimes the name is a mite more imaginative, and while the Silver Talon in Soldier of Fortune, Desert Ranger in Tomb Raider, or Counter-Strike's Nighthawk 50 cal might not be instantly recognizable by name, the imposing silhouette of the Deagle is unmistakable. Counter-Strike in 1999 was one of the earliest realistic depictions of the gun. The game was originally a mod for Half-Life and eventually graduated to a full retail release. The weapon's digital rendition mirrors the real steel's power. While magazine capacity was limited, its high damage and one-shot headshot potential more than made up for any shortcoming. The game graciously overlooks the weapon's impracticality for combat use, with the weapon eventually becoming a fast favourite for use in tandem with a primary weapon. The powerful pistol returned in Counter-Strike Source, and once again more recently in Global Offensive, each time filling a similar high-powered backup role. Stylish, powerful, and capable of skillful headshot kills, the Counter-Strike depiction is a definitive one, with the game enjoying huge popularity over its lifespan, particularly in a world before Call of Duty Modern Warfare. In the opening scenes of COD 4, the Desert Eagle is very prominent. As a deposed president, you're bundled into a car, given a none-too-gentle butt stroke, frog-marched to a pillory, and then, after some posturing, shot in their head by the golden high-caliber pistol. It's fatal punctuation for a coup d'etat, a show of force in public execution, and that is what the Desert Eagle is all about. Exhibition, a vulgar display of power. It's a compelling moment, and the Desert Eagle is the totem of such potential, setting the story in motion in an explosive fashion. It's not until the very end of the campaign that the pistol makes a return, this time as a grim portent of doom, executing a squad mate and moving towards your position with similar intent, only diverted by a timely distraction and some quick thinking by Price. The later installments weren't afraid to see the Desert Eagle's reprise in its pivotal role. Modern Warfare 2 sees the pistol crop up in a few instances, notably in the hands of Brazilian arms dealer Rojas' assistant in the first of the favela missions. Modern Warfare 3 sees even more liberal use of the high-caliber option. Protagonist Yuri uses it as his default sidearm, and you find yourself staring down its barrel in one pivotal scene with Price. The iconic weapon reappears at the climax of Modern Warfare 3's campaign too, with Makarov mirroring the down-the-barrel viewpoint with Price, and then subsequently executing poor Yuri after his heroic intervention. It seems like every do-or-die moment in the Modern Warfare series simply must include the weapon. But I suppose if you're going to threaten the player with a gun to the face, there are few weapons with as imposing a profile as a .50 caliber Desert Eagle. Between its depiction in cinema and video games, the Desert Eagle has established quite a reputation. And when it comes to imposing presence and high-caliber action, there are few handheld weapons that can compare. Its one-upmanship in power and capacity over Magnum revolvers, and a commanding on-screen presence, have cemented its place in popular culture. Its cinematic influence bled into video games, where its virtual representation reflects the real steel weapon and the lust for power of those who wield it. Unrestrained exhibition, terrifying potency. And who cares about practicality when you've got a golden gun that shoots giant bullets? Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, farewell.